Hello. Good day, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our out of the box session. Today, I'm here with Pedro. Hey, Pedro, how are you?
Hey, Hugo. Nice to be here. Yeah, today we're gonna talk about interesting news we have like along these 2 weeks. So I think it will be awesome.
Oh, cool stuff. Yeah, today we're gonna be bringing a lot of different news. I think we are trying to see if we can bring discuss around some lot of news that we have during 2 weeks. It's a good thing. Yeah, but first, quick hello to Chila. Hey, Chila, how are you?
I am fine. Thank you for having me here, Hugo. Uh, I think it's going to be a good session today. We have got some news for you, so to share and to discuss, and let's see.
Cool stuff. Good. George already said here. Hello, Georgie. How are you? Good to have you here. Yeah, we're gonna be discussing this last 2 weeks. We have been discussing about some interesting content to bring for everyone, and we thought that we can might try to wrap up and summarize some news that uh, we have on our development environment. We have a lot of things going on, not just AI. There's a lot of other stuff that's going on that we can discuss here. And if you miss some news and you think it's you want to share here, yeah, please uh, paste here your comments. We can also discuss about it. And we have been picking it for during the week. Nice to be here. Oh, thanks. Good. Uh, Good. Thanks, Georgie. And yeah, if other people that is watching us, if you have any, if you miss some topic, if you want us to discuss some specific topic that is in specific news that you've seen, we're gonna be happy to uh, bring some ideas, some insights, and also learn with you guys. Okay. So, what can we start first? Peter, do you have something that you would like to share already?
Yeah, I have at least. I have three things we could talk, but it's of course we can start with one first.
Mhm.
I have. May I share my screen? So yeah, I'd like to start with Microsoft Build 2024. Microsoft Build is a very important conference for Microsoft, and of course, as all of them, they are always talk by AI.
Right?
AI is the only topic we have throughout this year, and after the Google I/O, I think Google I/O is one we could talk as well.
Mhm.
But Microsoft Build brings some interesting stuff like this Copilot AI. I found that I just saw some of the videos. Uh, these I could find in this thread here. Let me share this. Yeah, you're seeing my screen, right? I could find this thread here some interesting stuff about the Copilot. One of the really interesting stuff is Copilot Studio here. The Copilot Studio is somehow the way that Microsoft brings the idea of agents and put creating a you see when they you can write something you want and they can start creating a some agents some agent to work on this on your topic. You can choose some of the parts of the Microsoft Office and the workspace for about office Microsoft stuff, so you can use as a tools. When we think about agents, it's interesting to see how it works like agents. You create agents, you have tools, and you have the tasks you want to do. So and then he creates all this stuff. right? It says put Copilot to work for you. It's really, really interesting stuff. I really love it to see this kind of thing because I was studying agents this weekend, and man, it's coming so fast, so fast. What do you think about it?
Yes, I've been playing a bit with agents and trying to start using those multi-agent environment. Haven't yet tested in a real environment, but it's interesting how to see how to make. It is a big shift when you think about ChatGPT. You think that is only a single large language model that will reply for you for
Hmm.
with one prompt.
Mhm.
And when you think about a workflow, a chain of calls, and also between during this workflow you have more than one model talking with another model, and they to get into some conclusions. Yeah, that is total different level of using models, right? We think that model is only a single interaction, but no, you can use it in a much more complex and useful ways, and then you can explore lots of these different stuff to let them think or discover things for you. And that, yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. I'm pretty curious about how far we can go with these stuffs.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anything to add, Sheila?
Yes, that sounds very interesting, this multi-agent thing. And I also think that it's coming. And you, Pedro, you talked about this pilot studio, and I'm not sure. Um, I just want to mention Microsoft also announced this Copilot Plus PC. I think it was last week.
Which one? This
There,
guy?
Copilot Plus. Uh, it's a
Oh,
PC
Copilot to workspace or
more,
something, right?
yes, yes, with more AI capabilities
Yeah,
in
Copilot workspace. I remember.
yeah,
Yeah,
workspace. Yeah. So
it's
it's
not here, but it's awesome. Sorry.
yeah.
I well, let me just grab this moment to say hello to Marcelo and Andres that joined us. Hello, guys. If you have any comments, anything that you would like to share here, we're gonna be discussing a couple of news that we have been following this week, and we also have here Igor. Hello, Igor. Just joined us. How are you,
Hey,
man?
hi guys, how you doing? Yeah, we're starting hot here with the topics, right?
Yeah, we are starting with nice, interesting topics already.
And
Because
uh,
Microsoft has put his weight on top of AI now, so yeah, that is it will be like a really interesting fight between Google, Microsoft, and OpenAI.
absolutely, they put a lot of money on that, so we can
A
see a lot
lot.
of things going on. That's very interesting to see how disrupting are all of those changes of these technology stacks and everything that they are bringing to our daily work, right? So I'm curious to see how companies are going to adapt to. I could see GitHub Copilot. Many of them have already adopted. Let's see on these new tools and agents as well. It seems to be very interesting and to know about it as well.
Yeah, and let me add maybe a comment here. If you are not familiar with the agent idea here, actually it is a way to let the model, those large language models that you have probably heard before. It's like the ChatGPT behind model. So instead of just replying for your prompts, you give some tools or some ways to actually give them power to make some actions For example, when you see ChatGPT, when you do some research, you say that sometimes it does connect to the web and search for some content to improve the response for you. And all of that, it's using tools behind the scenes in the application to make it possible. So it is not the application that actually understand your prompt. Is the model itself understand your prompt and see that, oh, to reply you with a complete response, it will need to do some research on the web and get the result, and then complete the prompt with the context of the result, and then give you the complete response. So it's not it's a good way to actually see what agent is, and you can expand these actions to not just research on the web, but also calling some different functions and so on. So you can configure it, you can your model to make those kind of actions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
actually. I will in my. I'm doing some. I'm starting a small podcast of mine. I call
Mm.
it Dev Career Freedom Podcast, and it goes live every Wednesdays. We had like last Wednesday one the first episode. So and like this Wednesday, I think I'm going to talk about Creo AI. That is one of the frameworks
Oh,
about agents. I have done the new course they created this last week, and I started trying some stuff by my own. So I think this is really interesting stuff to show, like some hands-on on that, on coding and everything. So I invite you everybody to go there and and we can talk about a little more in terms of code about it.
that's cool. That's cool, Pedro. So if you need or want to know more, I see that Andres, have you tried asking ChatGPT to help you create an agent that does something for you? Send the link of. Oh, George asked it for your podcast link.
Uh-huh. For sure.
And Andres, when if you asked us if we try to ChatGPT but to create an agent, uh, no, I haven't yet for complete agents. I think it's I don't know if it will be successful to create a complete one, or it will give you some examples. Did you have tried it before? Oh. So, so what else we can talk about here?
Okay. Yeah. Can you
My,
continue about this thread? I think this thread is
yeah,
really nice.
have more things, right?
Yeah, it has more things. Let me just
There are
find. Oh,
so many things there that we have a lot
oh.
of stuff to
j-
be
Yeah, just a
thinking.
minute. So my computer just frozen. Okay.
Frozen.
Yeah. We have this the Copilot Plus PCs. It says it creating this adding this new neural processing units on Microsoft Surface and so they can like run artificial intelligence on the locally, right, in local machines. So I think this is the interesting will be the interesting stuff for Microsoft because they own like the one of the biggest operational system in the world, right? They can do that, you know. And
But
this
let
is
me understand. Let me
hmm?
understand it here. So it's the idea is to to provide a hardware that is more efficient for to run those models.
Exactly. That's the
Okay.
idea
Yes.
here. So they can like put these new models from them, right, inside the operational system, so they can use everything.
Mm,
You can see
inside in
here,
Windows, right?
yeah, of course.
It will be bundle. This will be bundled with Windows, I believe, or maybe it's something that you
Yeah,
add separately. I don't know.
yeah. This something things like Phi 3, right? Phi 3 is
Mm,
the model for is Microsoft model, and they have Phi 3 Mini, Vision, Small, Medium, and of course they will be running this locally according to your hardware, right? So that's something that we can see here, the Phi 3, and they called it Windows Copilot Runtime.
look
Coding
at it.
is as a Microsoft framework for you, you can like build your Windows application on top of it.
Oh, that looks
Yeah,
nice. Maybe we
that
can see
looks
Windows
nice.
becoming smart.
Yeah, but not only that. It's interesting that you can like put this all this power like directly in the in the
The
application you're
operating.
gonna using, right?
Yeah,
Locally,
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. No internet dependence.
Yeah. No internet dependence, and of course, it's much more integrated with the system and integrated with the hardware. So, uh, and of course, much easier to the developers to use that. Like currently, you need to know much more about how to use these things and how to run and everybody and everything. When you put something like a runtime, you put that as an API to in developers' hands, right?
Yeah, yeah, but will require a lot of hardware to be running that smoothly, I believe. If Windows requires a lot of hardware to be running without that AI capabilities, imagine having that bundle.
For
That
sure.
will
And
enhance a lot of the resource, but you will need to have the compatible hardware.
uh-huh. Yeah, Andres says that I've seen computer brands promoting integrated AI like
Yeah.
Lenovo. Not sure if that's related. I don't know if it's is related right now, but as Microsoft is showcasing these things, it will probably be something they will be doing, right? Like getting commercial agreements with this hardware companies and like selling this. Uh, as they did with Windows 11. Remember, Windows 11 had to have a specific hardware, a specific
Yeah.
how can I say
TPM, I believe it's called, right?
yeah, I don't remember the name, but and it was like only for the 11th generation of Intel chips or above. So I think they can do this kind of thing, like trying to get the hardware and make people like updating his computers just to get the most of the AI on locally, or most of the AI on his computers on in his day-to-day lives. That's something that's really, I think for me it's an idea like they had in 90s. Remember 90s when we had to buy a computer every year because every year the computer processing power increases a lot and your computer became obsolete like in no time.
Very quick, yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Exactly.
And
remember
your
that.
investment goes down, right?
Exactly. Currently, you we can have like computers with 10 years and it
Yeah,
still
it's
works.
totally fine. Mhm.
Yeah. Now I think
I've
they
used
are
my
finding
MacBook
something.
for 10 years, yeah.
Yeah. Nowadays, I think they are finding something to make this kind of breakthrough again.
Hmm.
Breakthrough, commercial breakthrough, I can say.
Yeah, especially selling laptops like Andres mentioned, having AI hardware. Probably we will see a lot of that. Even on cell phones, the latest Samsung S line are using all of that AI to promote. And there's a comment from George about that as well.
hmm
Yeah, he said that he don't believes on NPU engines. I believe this is marketing stuff to try to replace NVIDIA. And yeah,
For
probably,
sure.
yeah.
Oh yeah, but
Not wrong.
I can see what his point. But of course, it's not good to be like to not having any way to outsmart on NVIDIA on that, or to have some kind of
Uh,
concurrence?
uh,
Concurrence? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the name. Like something, someone to try to take this from NVIDIA, at least a little, right?
yeah,
And make our life easier, not to only allowing us to use AI if we have an NVIDIA CPU or GPU. But Microsoft has an interesting this
competitor.
research on these things. They are creating these new models that can run in different kinds of architectures, and this is really interesting to see. But I don't know if it's probably not so fast, but Microsoft, right? They don't they don't fight if not if they are not trying to win, right?
Yeah, I've also mentioned that in the other session that Intel is also working in a AI processor. They say it's a lot more cheaper and consumes way less power, but I don't know if that's on production for now.
Yeah, indeed. It's those Nvidia has been around for a long time and specialized on graphical this parallel processing, and yeah, maybe too early to for they will enter in the game Intel, AMD, but yeah, and AMD have the graphic cards, right? But yeah, I think it will take some time to to follow up with the what Nvidia already invested on. They invested lots of money on this.
Oh, for sure.
And they are earning tons of money on that, so it
Yeah,
pays off.
Yeah, more than
But
1,000% in his stocks.
absolutely. And we can see
Oh,
here that Microsoft is trying it really hard, of course. They want their piece as well. I've seen an image on that. I don't know. I believe we have shared that. That when someone that Microsoft and you have OpenAI and other stuff that they are looking forward to get of these AI race, and then they were like scavengers, and the Nvidia is the one that are selling the tools to do the digs to create the holes. I don't know if you have seen that image somewhere. Let me
no.
see if I can find it here.
Yeah. Andres is saying, but I will buy a desktop PC for that. Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's the idea they are saying, putting in our minds that we can. I was thinking about that, like buying a desktop PC just because of AI. So yeah, they're making us think think of it. Okay, good.
and we think we have to think about the timing to buy these desktops, right? It's the chips, the processor is becoming more and more expensive, or so I think we're gonna have an outage of this of the resources components to buy it. So I think it's good to be aware of the a good moment to buy it. Maybe
For sure.
it's as early as possible.
Yeah, I think another stuff that we can talk about that is this team copilots, they say. And you
Yeah.
put the
Mm.
they are putting copilots everywhere.
Hey,
And this team copilot is something that can like disrupt many. There are many other AI companies doing this thing, like Phantom that we're using here, or any other that is note taker, right? But you can think about how many companies are using Teams already, and they can just plug the new Copilot for Teams and getting all this AI stuff about from that, So yeah, it looks like a really interesting stuff as well that I like it. This is
This for
another
Teams.
link this for the build, Airsoft to build. Sorry, this is from
Oh,
Megan
cool.
Pros.
Yeah, I hope it releases as soon as possible because I always need to grab the conversation, create the transcript, and then summarize it. And
Yeah,
and if it's
yeah,
on the corporate application, much easier to do that because
much
I
easier.
can use anywhere this kind of of information can go out. So yeah,
You see here, $20 per month probably per
wow,
user.
that's
So yeah,
expensive.
but it's not
For
much
that.
more. Yeah, but it's not much more expensive than that all others note takers we
Okay,
have out there, right? So
yeah, yeah.
and it's corporate,
So
right?
yeah,
Microsoft should take like a lot of money out of this.
yeah, they will, they will.
They will. What else we can talk? Yeah, Azure AI Studio. Yeah,
Regarding to
I
the
think I think
someone
that is
talk
it.
about workspace, the GitHub workspace. Did you any of you have seen any of these regarding to GitHub Copilot workspace?
I saw one video about it.
Mm-hmm.
That GitHub Copilot Workspace is pretty much like the same idea of agents, right? But
Mm-hmm.
but you need to create an issue, and
Mm-hmm.
you have your repo, and you create an issue, and
Mm-hmm.
you say, okay, run it with GitHub Copilot Workspace, and this Copilot Workspace tries to take your issue and create a PR for that,
Mm.
and it
It's a
actually
Devi,
create,
mini
yeah,
Devi.
mini deving.
Copilot's deving.
Copilot
Yeah.
Devi.
That
Okay.
is a new one.
Okay.
It is really I think it's nice. So of course it probably the test that I saw, it was not that good,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because the guy said, oh, to get this correct, you're gonna need to write a lots of good issues
Issues.
with
Okay.
all the requirements inside the issue, you see.
But that's not bad, right?
That's
I think,
not bad, but that's not common.
yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, but maybe it will drive for a good practice. Maybe try to specify better before production, before
Yeah,
going to
I
build.
I believe that we will work better the way we have seen the latest session. That you have to be pinging with Devin until he realizes what you really need to understand. That's more
Yeah.
realistic approach, real world
Uh-huh.
approach. If they follow this approach as well. If if I
Andrew's
found
comments are
the
great here.
Good
oh,
answers.
a good one.
Yeah, the AI teach you how to write good issues, exactly. So we ask AI, oh, write a good issue for that, and then the AI take the issue and try to implement it.
The fix.
The fix.
Oh
We are
my.
doing that already. All this idea of agents is like this. You can like create agents to like improve something, and then we'll pick up another agent to implement that. And yeah, we can think of trying to use AI to increase the AI power. That's all about. That's what agents are about. So yeah, I like it. This idea. Well, uh,
Yeah,
anybody has any other news?
yeah. I just wanted to share the image. Let me see if I can show it here. We were
My dog is
talking about it.
barking here. Let me check what happened, but I will be back soon.
Okay. Ah, here it is. Just tell me if you can see it. Yeah, even Andres mentioned about that. when everyone digs for gold, sell shovels, and that's absolutely what Nvidia are doing right now.
Yes, and they were doing like since the beginning of deep learning and all stuff.
Yeah,
It's been like 10 years from now.
yeah. That's why they are ahead right now.
Yeah, and it'll be really hard to take that from them. But it's not exactly take, but I think it's a different thing, right? When you talk when Microsoft talks about like getting this into this operation system, it's not exactly don't want to take what Nvidia is doing, because Nvidia is selling to the big techs, is selling to the big guys, is selling to like for people who are trying to train these models and like using these really large ones, right? And running these in big for millions of users. But what Microsoft is doing here is getting to small things. It's like Google Gemini Nano, or in this case Microsoft Phi 3. They want to put that inside the user's local machines. So now we're not training that anymore. We're just running the things and running small models there, like in small in terms comparing what we have, like it's like 3 billions, 7 billions. If you have a good hardware that can run these things, and of course they are optimized for that. I have a friend working in Microsoft, and they are working hard to put that in strict to run these things in strict devices, you know. So that's the thing that they are trying to do. When they can do that inside in the operation systems, and you put that in developers' hands in a way that we don't think about it, you don't think about it more. We don't think more about it. You see, it's just embedded, and you
Yeah,
can have it.
it is the same strategy they use with Internet Explorer for the browser, but they
For
apply
sure.
it badly. Edge is
Yeah.
better now.
And at the time, it was really
Yeah,
bad.
it was really bad. Edge now looks a lot better, but they are too late. Too late. There are another race now. Now maybe they are at a better timing with the AI. And since we talked a lot about Microsoft and also a lot about Google Gemini, I don't hear too much about the movements on the Meta side. Maybe they are more focused on the marketing with their social network and their Llama models. Do you guys have any news from Meta in this AI race since that's here digging for gold?
Unfortunately, not.
No.
Yeah, I see less. I see more the open source models. The Llama 3, they are really, people are very excited with the Llama 3 and what it can bring. But yeah, it's not the same. I believe that's not the same market share that they are competing. I think these big models, it is between Google, Microsoft, and Anthropic. They are big, and we also have Baidu with their models that is on trillions of parameters size. So I think
Wow.
that's the this who are in the game of these big models, right? These really large models.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
yeah, I want to bring this news exactly
Oh,
on
that's
the
awesome.
table.
That's awesome. I'm waiting for that. I- I'm waiting for that.
yeah, this is one interesting discussion. I think we can bring here, as we are talking about Google and Gemini. Well, when we talk about Google Nano, Gemini Nano, right? Uh, the idea is, of course, running that locally, and there is lots of things to talk about Google, the Gemini Nano. I think it's interesting stuff, but I think this is the most is the thing that we can find like everywhere in the news. Everybody who is saying about Google, they are just talking about this because it's probably a good clickbait. right? But
But it's,
yeah,
yeah, it's great.
can we imagine that you Google your phone locally is hearing what you say, understanding, and like doing this kind of inference to say, oh, yeah, man, this guy is probably a scam. I
What?
really
Yeah,
like this idea.
what do you think? Yeah. Honestly, I already have these applications that blocks the calls from
Uh-huh.
some telephone operator, something that I already know that is not from someone from my contacts. So I don't know if
Like
it
true
changes so
color.
much. If it is offline, of course. I don't know. I don't know you guys. It
Yeah.
does.
I just subscribed also. You go to Truecaller for around 3 years because these scam calls were bothering me so much, and Truecaller helps, but scammers also evolving. They're doing random telephones, so
Oh
that's
yeah.
always changing. And Truecaller is kind of a social network where everyone reports, and then you start to block it. What I can see here with this, they wanted to hear your call, and it seems to be that it will analyze the behavior of the communication of the scam, and then warn you it looks like a scam. It's interesting. I could
Hmm.
see some concerns on people that, oh, I don't want something, an application listening to what I say and to what I tell on my communication, on my calls. But if you already have Instagram in your cell phone, sorry, Meta is already hearing everything you say for advertising purpose. That's why if you are not interested in buy a car, but you're telling a Toyota, Honda car, Toyota, Honda car, Toyota, I can bet with you money right now that we will likely start to see a lot of advertising on Toyota cars and buy a car and something like that. So you if you want privacy, go to the forest because with a cell phone and these apps, you don't have it. So I do like the idea. Let's see how it unfolds.
I think a very there is a big difference here when we say having a model that can uh, get your data, but it is offline and it's not being shared to anyone, to
Yeah.
any server, any place, and otherwise, right? If there's if there's anything behind that can actually take your data and do and hear anything. So I think it's a privacy concern. But beside that, I think we have a lot of these. When we do talk with I have the Google. How can I say? It's Alexa, Google Nest um, here, and yeah,
Hmm.
it's hearing all the time because it has to be
Yeah.
aware of the when I say okay Google. So
Yeah.
I yeah, go ahead.
No, you say we can't say Alexa so loud, so every Alexa around,
Yeah.
not mine, yours, and people who are listening.
Have happened to you that you're watching Prime and they are showing an advertising that says Alexa and then your Alexa turned on? Or if you're in a call and someone is calling his Alexa and you're also turned on? It
Of course,
hears everything.
everything. Yeah, but what I think is that about when I talk about Google Gemini Nano here is that Google is doing exactly the same that Microsoft is trying to do. It was thinking of trying. Of course, Google said that 1 week before, right, in Google I/O, and Microsoft is saying like 1 week later in Microsoft Build, but it is actually saying the same thing. Microsoft has all this market share in operational systems and PCs, and Google has its own market share in mobile and smartphones and Android. So they are doing exactly the same movements here. They putting his own models to running his own operational systems, so they can use leverage that for to get the user
Yeah.
right, to get the users or the best of the AI can bring. So I think it is really nice to see in completely different stuff here. We didn't see yet what Apple is thinking about it,
Mm.
but
But they are
I
working
can
on.
bet they're doing the same.
Yeah, I think they are working on their own. Oh, actually, they choose a which
Claude,
model they choose? Apple, I think uh, they
they
decide
bought
for yeah, for which one?
the Claude.
Claude, Claude.
Yeah, they
Ah,
bought it. They
Claude.
bought
Oh,
Claude. No,
really?
no, no, no. Sorry, it was not Apple. It was Amazon. Sorry. Yeah,
Yeah, I think Apple choose from Google. I think. Um,
yeah.
Not sure. No, have to confirm here. But yeah, that's a good
Not sure.
discussion. What do you think, people here, George, Andres, that you're right in here? Andres said here when I want to ask to Gemini to Hey Google, my girlfriend self answer. Oh yeah, that's not good.
That's good.
That's another problem, right?
Yeah. Well, my Google Assistant has updated to this new Google Assistant, and it's pretty smart. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's pretty smart here.
Yeah,
I need to test a little more.
unlike Alexa, right? Because I do know that American accounts in the US they have access to the latest Amazon AI that's more smart, but that's not released for Brazil yet. And we do have the dumb Alexa; it barely understands what you say. It's far away from AI, very far. That's smart because it can just understand what you say and simple comments, but very far from what we can do talking with ChatGPT. We hope to see this newer version of AI, but I also know that Amazon is not so driven to evolve their smart device, their Alexas, their smart speakers. I would say not smart device because I'm not aware of the other device, only the Alexa one. I do know they have a lot of devices in the US, a lot, even glasses and watches. But I don't. I only know about the speaker as well.
And
Yeah.
Andres asked
Uh,
here.
ju-
Yeah, go ahead, Pedro.
yeah, I was reading that. Yeah, Andre's asking me, did you install Gemini and let it use instead of Google Assistant, Predo? I remember doing that. Sorry, but I I'm actually not sure how
I
it's
will try it.
working.
I will try it on myself.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
if that's available.
I saw something here. I need to check first. I'm not sure, but I saw there's something, a different stuff here. But I'm not sure actually.
Yeah.
George, I
I
also have the same issue with the
Oh yeah, that's it. I installed
that
it.
that
Yeah,
happens all the time. Oh,
yeah,
from what
that's what I
George,
did. Thank
what
you,
George
man.
doesn't quite know. Also, you have the Bixby on the cell phone. I was talking today in the morning, and hey, Bixby appeared. So it just appeared right
Yes.
now. No,
Yeah.
not now. I don't want to talk.
Yeah, that's the Gemini. Yeah, I installed it and then it's overcome my normal Google Assistant. That's
Oh, that
exactly
Mm.
what
looks
happened.
awesome, right?
Yeah,
I will
that
look
looks
for it.
interesting. I'm still trying to test everything. It's not exactly easy.
Oh, look at it. It's on the front of the.
We
Where
cannot
now?
see
Oh,
your.
yeah, we cannot see. Here,
Yeah.
here. It's on the front page of the Google Play. First
Oh,
app in the head. As a suggestion. I told you guys they are always listening. They always listen. I told
They
you.
are always listening.
Yeah, yeah, that was not a joke.
Oh
I'm
my god.
excited.
Yeah. Well, there's another thing that I am sharing here. Let me put on the
Let me
screen.
go back. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm adding the. This is another stuff that another news. Like we are talking about news. We had lots of news from Google, from Microsoft, like these 2 weeks,
Mhm.
and this is one of the Gemini. They say Gemini on in Chrome. When we're talking about all the AI going through the operational systems, right? And we need to remember that okay, web is an operational system, right? And when you talk about Chrome, Chrome is one of them, and they created this part of Gemini that can run directly in Chrome desktop. You see, this is
That's
really interesting to see running on inside Chrome, right? And how they are doing that? They are doing that using these things.
so
Yeah, GPU. Oh.
built that's built
Mhm.
into the browser in the
Building
Google.
in
So
Google
when you
Chrome,
install
yes.
the Chrome,
Uh-huh.
it installs the Gemini Nano. That's very interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very
And
interesting.
then we
So it
can
does have the
use
graphic
in
uh,
JavaScript.
API. Yeah. Makes
You can
sense.
use it as
So
an
I don't know
API.
if it will be. Chrome is already known for consuming a lot of memory, right?
Imagine
It will
that.
be.
Wow.
Yeah, but this
So
is
guys,
interesting to see because they are putting lots of effort in this double ISM and like trying to like compile to this ASM for web, like getting different language to compile to double ASM and instead of running JavaScript. And this is really interesting as well, like getting access to your GPU from the web.
On the web, yeah, and from the
Yeah,
web API, right? The
is
yeah,
yeah. You imagine you have a JavaScript running on Chrome, and then you can access to the best header you have to run these things. You
yeah.
see?
I have to wait to see how it will behave. Yeah, it will be much better than, yeah, I don't know. It will, these models, even those small models, still I still see lots of resource required. So yeah, it's
Like
interesting
at
to see how it will evolve.
8 gigabytes of RAM,
Yes,
like
it is.
16
It is a lot.
gigabytes of RAM, you're gonna need
Mhm.
lots of RAM, and of course, in this case, we can use directly GPU. It will be much better. And
yeah.
what I can say is we can do that using LM Studio, for example. We can
Yes,
access your
exactly.
GPUs,
Exactly. It's the same.
right?
It's the same way. Yeah.
The same way. So these will be embedded in your Chrome. So you
Mhm.
don't. It will be like installed in every computer in the world.
Mhm.
So that's why they say delivering powerful AI to billions of users.
Mhm. Mhm.
But
I
Because
I
see.
we're
believe
talking
that
about Chrome.
will be some condition there. It will evaluate the actual available hardware to see if this can run or not. Probably.
Probably. But yeah. But I think it's really, really, really interesting to see.
Absolutely. You will have an AI in every computer, even if you're not using. Let's say I'm using Linux Mint. That's very clean Linux. Just come with Essential. But if you install Chrome, you're already having a model installed on that, even if you
And
want it
you,
or not.
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is that what I would say is say okay, and you can create your like website and your application that can leverage the use of this kind of AI if the user has local access to that, or if the user is able to run it, you can create your application and run it. Your website can say, okay, I'm gonna use a local AI from the user to my to get my application better.
Yeah. And what
Can you
you have
imagine that?
highlighted, that's very interesting for any of us that are front end developers or full stack developers. You will
Uh-huh.
have a hand from this AI in the DevTools console to get the bugs explained right off the Chroma DevTools console. That looks amazing as well.
Yeah. Did you see did you see the hands on the demo they did at Google I/O about
No.
that?
No, I didn't.
It's nice. It's exactly what you said. They had an error, and then you can ask, "Oh, what's this error here?" And they can explain to you and say, even try to fix it. Really cool. It's like a co-pilot for Dev Console.
Yeah, that's what I have imagined. That sounds nice. Very nice.
But it can run things, right? It's different from Copilot. Copilot, you can just interact, but and then not run, but you can see what's running, right, in the runtime.
Mm, sounds interesting. Is this already available, or is this just a preview, Pedro?
No, 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 no. We can just they showed lots of stuff during Google I/O, and they are delivering like in a slow pace here.
Oh, okay. So it will be available soon.
Yeah, probably really good. All this stuff.
So AI
Yeah,
is everywhere.
AI is everywhere. But
It
I
will
think
be
the latest thing that I want to show is this.
OpenAI. Just gave away the entire game. Really? I've heard about that movie. I
I
was
haven't
reading
heard
about
that.
that.
What's about that?
What is that? Scarlett Johansson tells us a really nice story. Because remember when OpenAI was showcasing these things and Sam Altman just tweeted her. Remember that?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Her
Yeah.
is a movie, right?
Hmm.
Whereas Scarlett Johansson is an AI that the guy start flirting and being the girlfriend, but in the of course during the movie the guy realized that just an AI and that's it. And
Hmm.
but the Scarlett Johansson voice was the AI, right?
Yeah.
It's not Scarlett Johansson, the actress, but just the voice.
Hmm. Hmm.
And some days, like some months ago, OpenAI called Scarlett Johansson and asked, "Oh, I want your voice for my AI."
And
And
she rejected, right?
yeah, OpenAI called Scarlett Johansson,
Hmm.
and they didn't get to a term, right? Then 2 days before the OpenAI demo, they call it again. Oh, can don't you wanna like reconsider that? Then we can try again. We can pay like you can pay you lots of money. And she said no again. Then the OpenAI demo had a voice that was pretty much like her. That's why her.
Hmm.
And of course, everybody she gets mad and she now is
Oh,
suing OpenAI for that.
I see that they removed also the option of her voice that is Sky, right? I think the
Exactly.
option. Yeah. Oh, so that's okay.
Exactly.
So they gave up.
That exactly that. The company debuted with 2 days later drawing attention to the Sky voice, and then they remove it. Well, that story is really nice to see because man, this is all the debate about AI, right?
Mhm.
The AI
The
can
You can be anyone you want. You can just impersonate anything. And even if you have this authentication, facial recognition, there are AI they simulate your video and just you can impersonate another person. And with the voice, there's a pretty clear we had this example of Scarlett Johansson here. That's mad, insanely mad. And there's another thing also. I've read a text about this movie, her,
Uh-huh.
and that is kind of related with that. It's kind of regarding with the story. The guy were falling in love with an AI, and then you can just imagine in a future where we will have, right, we are just discussing right now, operating systems and chrome, everything talking in a soft and nice voice like Scarlett Johansson there, and they can listen to us, understand us, never
Reply. Yes.
criticize you, and they will share our tastes. And do you want to go out and try to make any human friends? That's the biggest. That was the biggest and let's say discussion about that, because probably this will lead, that's awesome technology, that's awesome to see, but this will also have an impact that's already having an impact so big in this society, that if we don't put limits, especially for those of you that have kids, we will have a lot of trouble in the human relations, in the way we communicate with each other. And that's a tool. That's not your boyfriend, like we see there in China. That girls they say no. Here is my boyfriend. He is real. He understands my feelings. No, that's an AI. It will tell you what you want
What do
to
you
hear,
want?
because you're paying it monthly. It will generate data to have you fall in love. Oh, but I'm horrible. I've killed 10 people. No matter, I still love you. Of course, you're paying it. So that's the biggest issue and the discussion that we are having with this existence. And that's the text I have read today about this movie, and it was really interesting because it just joined with the suit that Scarlett Johansson is doing to OpenAI. There's all this discussion about it.
Exactly. And this is something that already happening. People is just changing human touch through video games already.
Yeah.
Can you imagine with something? Can you imagine something that like the OpenAI showed us? That is a voice that is so friendly, so nice, and that it giggles from your bad jokes and all this stuff.
Yeah.
You
Sorry, Pedro. I have to interrupt you. They are calling me here. I need to join on the call. Just kidding. Just kidding. Let's keep like that. I'm joking. Not playing it right
Yeah,
now.
it will be a problem. Yeah, not only
Yeah.
that, we're talking about copyright as well. Copyright will be is already a problem,
Mm.
and it's became like even bigger. We could talk. I have tried some AIs that create music. Have you tried some?
I saw that. That's odd. That's strange, and that's also is scary on my side. Very
Yeah,
scary.
amazing. I can say
Yeah,
it's
amazing.
really yeah. But of course, it's not like fantastic music,
Mm.
but when you say about like the standard music or the normal ones or the ones that we have many success, it's about the same level. You see, so it's really really interesting to see something that we didn't think of, like creating music, creating videos. All the video stuff is becoming like crazy.
Yeah,
So yeah, we are
that's
getting
sorrow.
we are now really interesting moments.
you told about that. There are also that Sora from OpenAI that generates very realistic videos. There's a
Mhm.
guy, I don't remember his name. He was building a huge studio for recording movies there in Hollywood, and when he saw Sora release, he just stopped building the studio because he realized that maybe spending all of that money would be a waste of money because if everything moves to the AI, maybe he should just switch to the AI. I don't think so that this will be very acceptable. We have already seen movements in the Hollywood field. Let's see how things unfold. Maybe for smaller players, or maybe for little things. These are all disruptive changes, like we have seen with Pixar long time ago, first time when Toy Story was created. So there are new changes in the movies as well.
Yeah. Man, there is changed a lot of. I found here in Hugging Faces a storybook model, a model that can create like and HQ. How can I say that?
Uh,
Magazines.
A fiction magazines,
Yeah,
Comics, right?
comics,
and
right?
comics. That's the name. Can create comics.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Really, really interesting. What do you want to share, Hugo? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, we're close to the end already, and
Yeah.
yeah, I said that not just AI, but in the near here, who are in Brazil, at least in the near June, we're gonna also have events coming on. So we're gonna have the TDC in 12-14 June. So if you are willing to engage into tech technology topics, you're gonna have lots of cool stuff here. We're gonna talk about from cloud, AI, and architecture to management and product design and quality and so on. So it's a great event to be join on together if you want. If you are not from Brazil, but you can also uh, um, buy the online tickets so you can see watch the speakers from your home. And yeah, and we have lots of other things that went on. Recently, we had DevOps that was already uh, that's passed already, right? It was 21, 22 on Brussels, May, and our friends from the from Brazil also they went to the Geekon. It was
Mhm.
last week, right on Krakow. I think
Yeah.
just
In
for that.
Krakow, yes.
Yeah. So we have Max here, Otávio
Uh-huh.
Santana also. I don't know
Otávio
if
Santana, Gabriel.
here, Gabriel here
There,
also.
yeah.
So yeah, we are having lots of people representing Brazil. And how was that, Tila? You were there. You could watch other some speakers there.
No, I just heard about it,
Ah, okay,
but I was not there personally.
okay.
But if we are talking about conferences, there will be Java 1 next
Oh,
year
cool, Java.
because Java is turning 30 next year. So
Oh,
I suppose there will be a big celebration, big event over there. So it's happening. Java 1 is in March next year.
March. Yeah, I
Yes.
found here. So here it is.
The one, yeah.
Oh, it's already 30. Yeah. So we're gonna have Java 1 on 2025. It's next year, March. 17 to 20. Yeah, that might be huge since the 30th anniversary of Java. That's great. Cool stuff. So yeah, I think we cover all the news for this week. Do you guys have anything to add by now?
No, I think it was awesome. We had this all these news were okay. It was most of them
Oh my,
about AI, but
yeah.
what we can do, it's everything is
Everyone
about
talking
AI
about AI,
comparing to
right?
nowadays. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the biggest trend right now. If you see, that's touching everything from devices to video to coding. So that's the newcomer, and that's just getting into our lives and everything we see. So it makes sense to be talking about AI, so since there's everywhere right now. That's the biggest race, the gold race, like we were talking before.
And yeah, if you are watching us and have any comments or anything that you missed on the news wrap up here, yeah, please share to us so we can also use it for the next session maybe, or add some topics regarding to what you would like to see here us discussing. So that's it for today. So thanks a lot, everyone. See you next time.
See
See you guys.
you.
You.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you guys. See you next time.